Do you have favorite decks, tarot decks, oracle decks? Do you have forever decks, decks that you've had for a long time, or maybe not that long, but have become a forever favorite? Today, I'm going to do a VR to Larkin Legend, and the tag is uh, forever, my forever decks. So yeah, so it's really about my favorite decks, the decks I've had probably for quite a while. A couple of them I have not had for a long time. And I think there's only 2 oracle decks here that I picked. Other than that, they're all tarot. So let's get started. I'm Donna, and my channel is Northstar Tarot. So welcome. Here we go. So the first deck is a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, right? So it really doesn't matter what edition it is for me necessarily. I'm not too concerned with the edition. For me, I need to have a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I am a Rider-Waite-Smith girl. I have quite a few of the decks, so I just grabbed one of them. I gave one to my granddaughter the other day. I gave her probably the first deck I ever had. And so she has that one. And I hope she is enjoying it thoroughly. It's just, it's just, to me, it is, it is just the, it's the beginning and the end of tarot for me, right? It's what I started with. It's what I enjoy most about my decks. I enjoy, the RWS system, and that is where I find my strengths are. When they come out in the cards, when my intuition soars, it's all around this stuff. Well, for the most part, not always, but for the most part. I just love the Rider-Waite-Smith, and to me, it doesn't really matter which one it is. I can get use of any of them, and I just love them all. So that is a typical Rider-Waite-Smith. So that is my first deck. Maybe I'll put that down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so the next deck I'm going to show you guys that is also on my list. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot. I've had this for a long time. And, I just love this deck. It is easy to read with. It's beautiful. It's timeless. It's, it just does everything I need it to do. So here it is here. Beautiful colors. Beautiful messages. Allows your intuition to soar. It's just one of these classic decks I find that is gorgeous, colorful, just everything that I want in a tarot deck, It plays to my intuition, to my senses. It's just awesome. So I just love that deck. So anyway, this is another tarot deck that I just think is fabulous. And it is definitely going to be forever in my collection. So that is the second deck. The third deck that I think will always be in my collection is the Morgan Greer. Again, another very classic deck, right? I'm a pretty classic girl, so yeah. So you'll get to know that about me if you don't. If you already follow me, you probably know that already. But yes, I'm a very classic girl. And, so yeah, so Morgan Greer is wonderful. It feels a little pagan. It feels, it feels a lot RWS, but again, It's beautiful. It says lots, you know, it's one of those comfortable decks I feel very comfortable using with any of my clients. My clients don't get offended by it. They're not afraid of it. They just like it, you know, like it's just easy to read with any age or group. So for me, I do a lot of readings for others. So to me, that's very, very important. So that is the Morgan Greer. So that is my third deck. Okay, now the next deck that I would say is one of my forever decks. One that I think I will keep around for a long time. This one I haven't had that long. I know it's an older deck. It's been around for a long time. But I personally haven't had it that long. And this is the Druidcraft Tarot. It is beautiful. The size is a little big, but, you know, I have small hands. But I can manage to shuffle it, and it's okay. So, yeah. So, anyway, this is the Druidcraft. Again, I will keep this deck always in my collection. I've thought about trimming it. I'm not confident on that, but I'm going, you know, I've been watching Dawn Michelle. And I think most of you people know who she is, and in the tarot community. And I just, you know, she's very good at that. So I've been very good at trimming the decks and stuff. So I've been watching some of her videos on how to do that. So yeah, I may reach out to her and see if she can give me some pointers. So yeah, I'm a little bit afraid to ruin them, but you know, you got to start somewhere, right? And my cards, you'll see them upside down and everything because I do read reversals. So anyway, this is a beautiful deck. The cards are gorgeous. The colors are, they're not so bright that they, you know, they're in your face, but they definitely have a lot to say. And there's so much detail. You can get a lot of the cards. And I love this era, and I love, you know, the Druid idea. Look at that Ace of Pentacles. It's just wonderful. So yeah, so I really like this deck. And it has become a favorite quickly, and I think it will be in my collection forever. So that is the Druidcraft. So that is number 4. Number 5 deck is an Oracle deck. Decks are falling. And this is the Healing with the Fairies deck. Now, I know it's a Doreen Virtue deck, but, you know, before she left us, she did create some beautiful decks, and we can't forget that, right? So, yeah. Anyway, I still enjoy this Oracle deck, and I think I always will, you know, regardless of where she chooses to go in her life. So anyway, I think it's great. I think the keywords are wonderful. You know, the illustrations with the fairies are very, very cute. And they're just beautiful. Now, I don't know why some of these are reversed. I don't read these reversed. So, yeah. But, yeah, these are beautiful. So, I don't use these as much as I could or should. But I absolutely love them. I've had them for a long time. Now, I've been reading for 50 years. And I don't have very many old decks because I had a fire in 2010. And it destroyed everything I had. So I had to start over. And it's very, very difficult for me to start collecting or start saving my decks and buying decks because I was afraid, that I would lose them again. So I didn't want to do that for a long time. So I've just now been okay with purchasing more and more decks, right? And again, it makes sense. But this is one that I bought probably shortly after 2010. Anyway, that is Healing with the Fairies Oracle deck. Absolutely love it. It's a beautiful little deck, and it'll be with me for a long time. And that is number 5. So number 6, we're going to go with this one here. This is oldie but goldie, right? This is, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the Gilded Tarot. I love Ciro Marchetti. I can never say his name. I love his decks. I love all his decks. I don't know why I shuffled those, but I did. We just shuffle decks, right? It's just something we do. So anyway, so the Gilded Tarot, I just love it. It's so beautiful. It's just a beautiful, beautiful deck. And it just, I don't know what to say about it. It's just so, the colors are exquisite. It speaks volumes. The illustrations they talk to you, like they're just so specific, and they're so to the point, like they're just gorgeous. And yeah, and I mean, you can just feel it, by the colors he's used in it, by the illustrations, by the movement within the card. It's just so lovely. Look at the Fool here, all the detail. It's got everything in it that you should want or need. It's just a beautiful, beautiful deck, and I just love it. So anyway, this is the Gilded Tarot, something that'll always be in my collection. I have 2 of these decks, or I had 2 of these decks, but unfortunately, I lost 1 or 2 of the cards in one of the decks. I don't know how I did that, but I did in my other deck. So my friend has a little witchy shop, Wand and Cauldron is its name, in Midland, Ontario. You can look it up. And she took the deck, I gave her the deck that she will use the cards in her arts and crafts and doing her witchy things. And yeah, so that's awesome. So that is deck number 6. 2, 4, 5, 6. So the 7th deck I'm going to talk about. Okay, here's another tarot deck. Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Now he has remade these with just his name on them, but I have the older one. And again, a beautiful deck. Some of them have been renamed. I mean, it was not made that well. Lots of chipping on it and stuff like that. But it is a beautiful deck, and it is another one. The little verses at the bottom are very good, very descriptive. The illustrations are beautiful. The renaming makes the deck very soft and loving. And there's an archangel or an angel on most of the cards. On all of the major arcana cards, there's an archangel associated with it. And my clients really enjoy that as well. It just depends on your client, right? Some of them are really good with the darker decks, but some people are not. So yeah, so this is one that is not dark at all. It's just absolutely soft, gentle, beautiful, but it is to the point. You know, like this will tell you the 10 of air, which is, you know, the 10 of swords, right? Which is a darker kind of card, right, in a deck. So it tells you it's the end of a difficult situation, embrace change, expect things to get better, and recovering from an addiction. So it's not saying that, yeah, it's about addiction. It's about, you know, things being difficult, but it's telling you it's at the end of that. So it's giving you hope. So the cards are much more about giving you hope and that kind of stuff rather than, you know, giving you the bad news right away, right? So you have to kind of, it's just a more friendly, beautiful deck. That's all. It's just gentle, not friendly, gentle. So yeah, so even the Fool is changed here. It's the Dreamer. I like that because that makes sense to me. And the keywords, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. It just makes sense, right? So anyway, it's beautiful. So I love this deck. It will remain in my collection for a very long time. Probably forever, right? So yeah, so that is deck number 7. So I'm going to take this. This is, again, a oracle deck. Now, I can't remember when I got it, but it wasn't very long ago. And this is Liminal Spirits, the Gateway to Liminal Spirits. I love this oracle deck. It is absolutely beautiful. I want to make sure this is in the thing. And the book is just gorgeous in itself, okay? So the book is really, really nice. It has messages and it also has an explanation. So it's just beautiful. You know, full color. It's just gorgeous, okay? So I find this oracle will be in my collection a very long time. Everybody loves it. I've only had good remarks with this deck. I've never had anybody say anything bad about it. You know, I never had anybody say they don't know what it means or whatever the case may be. I do use the book when I use the deck, and I think that's okay, you know. Yeah, oracle decks for me, you know, they're also different, and I don't use them that much, so I do use the book. But they're beautiful. So yeah, so this is an oracle deck that will stay in my collection, that I absolutely love. You know, it doesn't get much better than that. So there you go, my dear. So there's my oracle, my second oracle deck. I think that's the, yeah, I only have 2 oracles that I'm showing you. There we go. All right. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So number 8. This I like. This is a very beautiful tarot deck, very classic. Colette Baron-Reid does beautiful illustrations. Who illustrates her decks? I don't know if it's her. I don't know. So yeah, it must be her because nobody else is on here. No, illustration by Jenna Della. I can't say it. I can barely see it. So yeah, it's Jenna Della something. And anyway, she's the illustrator. It is a beautiful deck. And a really nice guidebook too. It just has a little bit, you know, to say about each card. But, you know, it just gives you a little bit of direction where to go. If you didn't know what you were doing, or if you didn't know the cards that well, you could still use the deck and find your way through. You know, if you're learning, right? It would definitely help you. So, this is a great tarot deck. Again, another gentle deck that I like to use with a lot of clients. And you know, you get some clients who are a little bit frightened of tarot, and this is a good introduction tarot deck. You know, I can start off by using these and break them into tarot a little gentler, you know, and then get into the harder stuff after. But it is a beautiful deck, and it does tell the truth. So I find I really get the truth out of this deck, even though the pictures are so soft and gentle, and it does slam a punch, okay? So it really can deliver a message very, very clearly for me. It doesn't beat around the bush. It's right to the point. It exposes everything, and it just gives you a gentler way to look at it, not necessarily in the messages it delivers. So yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. So yeah, so this is The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. I love it. Again, it's a beautiful, beautiful deck that will be in my collection for a very long time. I do have many, many decks that I think I will keep around forever. But, you know, I mean, this could go on for a long time, right? So I just took mostly older decks that I have. And then this is a newer deck I got, but I already know it will remain in my collection. There's no doubt about it. I have nothing else like it, and it is beautiful. This is Tarot of the Vampire, and it is going to stay in my deck forever, in my collection forever. Let me just go this way. This is an exquisite deck. It has everything I want and more. It gives me all the, it's just so detailed. The book is so wonderful. You want depth to your reading. Just read the guidebook, and you have so much depth there that you can explore and learn about the cards and learn about the symbols in them, and just go forth, you know. There is just so much in each card that you can really, really go deep into a reading with it. And many of my clients love this deck. They were so happy that I got it. And yeah, it's just a beautiful deck. I use it an awful lot. For being a fairly new deck to my collection, I use it all the time. So yeah, so that is Tarot of the Vampires, and it is just a gorgeous deck. So I think that's probably deck 10. So the last deck I'm going to show you, I think it's deck 11. This is my favorite deck. Other than the Rider-Waite-Smith, this is my next favorite deck. And this is probably one of the first decks I purchased after my fire in 2010. And I love this deck. And this is Legacy of the Divine Tarot. It is gorgeous. It's just absolutely on point. It just does everything I want it to do. It's beautiful. It resonates with so many people. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. It just makes, you know, it just, I don't know what to say about it. Besides the intuitive fact that, you know, my intuition runs wild when I use it. As soon as I start shuffling it, my intuition's already awoken. And it is just beautiful. It is just so detailed. It's exquisite. I just love this deck. And yeah, I have 2 of these decks. One I keep in my suitcase that I bring to shows. So I always have this deck in there. So yeah, so I have 2 of these decks. They're both worn a lot, but I just use it so much. And I use it for myself a lot as well. So, yeah, it is my favorite deck other than the Rider-Waite-Smith. This is my favorite deck. So, yeah, so I have, this is 11 decks that I find are, going to be in my collection forever. I do have many more that I think will be too. But, I had to draw the line somewhere, right? So I just pulled out 10 or 11 just to give you an idea. And that's kind of my style, is, this and the darker decks are kind of my style. And then I go with the lighter ones for clients. But I just love this deck. This is my favorite. So I don't know what your favorite decks are, but I would love to know. So please comment below and let me know what your favorite decks are. And let me know if you do a VR, and I would love to watch yours. So thank you for watching, and take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.